Hello, learner. I am so happy to see you. You are welcome to Apex Emerald Video CD, designed to improve your speaking ability to meet up with international standard. This is a practical CD that you shouldn't just see, but ensure you practice continuously. This is where you get to be trained on pronunciation, grammar, and intonation. Would also like to urge you to place your orders for our Speak Right workbooks that will give you a practical approach on how to improve your speaking ability, as well as our audio CDs on reading, which will help you have a good reading ability. Would you want to reach us? Please feel free to call these numbers 0903 072 5680 or 0903 860 3377. Would like to hear from you. Now, to the lesson for the day. Have fun and be sure to practice.
Hello children, how are you doing today? You're welcome to our class today on Speak Right. My name is God's Will. Are you willing to pronounce your words and speak as well as I'm doing? Then you have come to the right place, because over here we change your spoken English to sound more like me and sometimes better than me. Today we're going to be learning about digraphs. These are two letters that come together and give us one sound. In English, we have two letters that come together and give one sound. For example, we have SH in the word shop, giving the sound sh. We also have SH giving the sound sh in the word brush. Also, SH giving the sound sh in the word fish. We also have CH giving the sound ch in the word church. Also CH giving the sound ch in the word chicken, and also CH giving the sound ch in the word chop. So today we're going to be learning about the digraph TH, and this is a digraph that most people don't get its right pronunciation. So pay attention and be ready to practice as I take you on a trip of a word filled with TH. This digraph can give us two sounds. Because of this, most people get confused on the right pronunciation to give to words with TH. It has a voiceless and a voiced sound. To pronounce the voiceless sound, I need you to do this. Let me see you stick your tongue out. Let me see you try that. Stick your tongue out. And then you place your upper teeth on the tongue. Look at me. I'm trying to do that right now. And then you force air out of the mouth. So if you can do this, then you can be sure you're pronouncing the sound correctly. Now let's practice. Let me hear you say let's do it together. One more time. Now let me hear you. One more time. Super. Now here is a tip on how we can use the voiceless sound of TH. For those words with TH, we used to give the sound T. We are going to change them to the sound Th. Now let us look at some words and their pronunciation, and let's see how we can use the sound Th in them. The first word I have over here is the word three. Can I hear you say that? Now before now, some of us would say tree. If you say that, then you're saying something wrong, or unless you're talking about the trees outside. So you're supposed to say three. Can I hear you try that? Can I hear you say, I have 3 pens? Beautiful. That's good. Give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, the next word we have is mouth. Can I hear you try? Good. Can I hear you say, he has a big mouth? Yes, that sounds funny, but it's also insulting, so you don't want to tell everyone around you you have a big mouth. Okay. Now, the next word we have is bath. Can I hear you try that? One more time. Good. So, can I hear you say, I have my bath every morning? Oh, that's amazing. Nice to see you actually practicing alongside with me. The next word we have is think. Can I hear you try? One more time. Okay. So can I hear you say, please think before you speak? Okay, that's good. Actually, most of us actually think before we speak, right? Good. Now, the next word we have is nothing. Can I hear you say nothing? Now, th in the middle of that word says th. So, can I hear you say, he has nothing? Okay. Now, I need you to get a book and a pen and be ready to write down these words that will be shown shortly, and you try to pronounce them as I give you just 30 seconds to try pronouncing them on your own. Then you listen to me pronounce and see if you can get the right pronunciation or not. Now let's have a look at these words. Your time starts now. Okay, now let's see the pronunciation of these words. The first one we have, if you said teeth, then that's totally wrong. It should go teeth. Can I hear you? Okay, if you got it right, then you're doing something amazing. Now the next word is path. Can I hear you? Okay, and the next one we have is something. Okay, and after that we have cloth. Can you say that? One more time. Okay, and the last one we have there is thank. Can I hear you? Can you say it again? Can you try to say thank you? Now pronounce, and I will be doing mine in 30 minutes time. Okay, children, now pay attention to this drama between Betty and Esther and see if you can get the right pronunciation of words with th, which they will be using during the course of the drama. So pay attention.
Hello, Esther. I have something to tell you.
Really? Please tell me, because anything you'll tell me is really interesting.
A thought came to mind after we spoke last night.
Please tell me what you think, so I can be through with my homework.
We have 3 pens and you have a big thumb, right?
Still can't get what you mean.
If we follow the other paths we saw yesterday, we might get the cloth.
Oh, now I see.
All right, children, I hope you enjoyed that dialogue between these people. Yes. Now, were you able to pick out the words with th in them? I'm sure you were able to do that. So I hope you were able to follow through and pronounce words with the voiceless th correctly. Now let's learn about the voice th and its application. The voice th is pronounced as th. We have examples like there. Can I hear you say that? Now don't go saying there. You say there. Can I hear you say look over there? The next one we have is that. Can I hear you try? Good. Now can I hear you say that is my pen? Oh, amazing. You're getting it. The next one is father. Can I hear you try? Can I hear you say my father is in school? Okay, I know your father isn't in school, but let's just act like he is right now, okay? Next one we have is breathe. Can I hear you try? Can I hear you say he can't breathe? Okay, not breathes like some of us would say. Okay, next word is weather. Can I hear you say weather? Okay, so can we say, I like this weather? Some of us will say weather, but that's totally wrong. So don't say that, okay? Now we're going to read sentences with the digraph th, and take note of something. The ones in color red are the voiceless th, while the ones in color blue are the voiced th. So pay attention. I'll read it, and then you try to read after me, okay? Now look at the way I'm going to read the passage. There is a thin girl with a fat thumb. She thinks she can have things that are fat. Then there came these 3 girls that threw 3 thin things at her. She raised her fat thumb and said, "Thank you, but these are thin." Did you see that? Yes. Now I want you to try to read this sentence and try to pronounce the th. See if you can get the right pronunciation for the voiced and the voiceless th. If you can do that, kudos to you. So I hope you will be able to pronounce words with the voiced and voiceless th correctly as from now on. Now I hope you have a wonderful time practicing. Make sure you go through the passage and then try to read the sentence I've just read, pronouncing your words with th correctly. See you all in the next lesson.
Hello children, it is nice seeing you again. Let us revise what we learned the last time. How about we start pronouncing these words? Can I hear you try? Bathroom, healthy, another, feather, youth. I hope you got the right pronunciation. Let us now consider sentence stress. In English language, we make sentences when speaking with people, and most people who have a good way of communicating with people who speak are clearly understood because they use sentence stress. They use sentence stress well when speaking. What do we mean by sentence stress? Well, it is simply the act of giving greater attention to certain words in a sentence by making them sound louder, longer, and clearer than other words in the same sentence. Sentences are made up of words. In English, we shouldn't speak like average Nigerians by disregarding this rule. Ability to use the sentence stress when speaking helps us focus more on the words that contain vital meaning in our expressions, giving us fluency and its own like way of speaking. Sentence stress is made up of 2 basic words. The ones we stress in the sentence, which is called content words, and the ones we don't pay attention to in the sentence, which are called grammatical words. Content words are made up of parts of speeches, which are nouns, adjectives, main verbs, adverbs, demonstrative and reflexive pronouns, negative markers, contractions, and exclamations. Today, we are going to be learning about nouns and verbs. Nouns are known as naming words. It could be a name of a person, place, animal, or thing. For example, pen, Sarah, cheetah, and Lagos. Let us consider how to stress nouns in the sentences below. Okay, the nouns are underlined in the sentences. I would like you to listen. Pens are in my bag. Repeat after me. Lagos is big. Can you give it a try? Tigers are from the cat family. Bravo! Canada is my country. Now I want you to repeat after me. Take the sentences again. Excellent. Now let's come to verbs. Verbs are also stressed in sentences because they contain the actions in sentences. So, a greater attention and emphasis should be given to them. Verbs could be action or doing words. For example, sit, killing, dance, cooking, play, and shout. Here are some sentences with the verbs in them. The verbs are underlined. I want you to repeat after me. He killed the boy. Are you giving it a try? Excellent. James slapped the gatekeeper. Please wash the dishes in the kitchen. Sarah has a toy and she plays with them. Bravo. I hope you got that. Now, the aim of stressing words, as I said earlier, is to help us have fluency in its own like pattern of speaking. So be ready to practice with this, and your communication will get attention from everyone when you speak, and you will also be admired by all. I know you would like to be admired by all, right? Good. So I want you to practice using the right stress when speaking for you to speak right and stand out. See you in the next lesson.
Hello learners, so happy to see you all today. We do hope you've been practicing speaking right. If so, keep doing that and you will see amazing results. Today we're going to be learning about intonation. Intonation is a very important part of our spoken English. It brings out the beauty of good spoken English and makes us admirable to listeners. Intonation shows the feeling and emotions of individuals. You can tell when I'm sad by just hearing me, and you can also tell when I'm happy by hearing my voice. And all of that has to do with the tone you use when you're speaking, and that is what we call intonation. It is therefore known as the rise and fall of the tone of the voice when speaking. Some say intonation is the melody of spoken words. We have two types of intonation, basically the rising and the falling intonation. There are instances where the rising tone is used, which are yes and no question, incomplete sentences, and listing items. Yes or no questions are those questions that when you're being asked, you get a yes or no response whenever we want to ask this kind of question. Now, I need you to ensure that you're using the rising tone, and I'm going to be showing you how to use the rising tone with some sentences. So here are some sentences we're going to be looking at. Remember, we're talking about yes and no question, and I said you use this when you want to get a yes or no answer. Now let's look at the first sentence we have there. Can you take note of the arrow we have at the beginning and at the end of the sentence? That tells you that you're supposed to use the rising tone at the beginning and at the end. So if I want to say that, I'll say, are you going to church today? Can you try to say that? Oh, that's amazing. Can you see how wonderful you sound? So I want you to practice with this so people can admire you some more on how you ask your yes and no question. The next question we have there is, do you know her? Can you say that? Okay, would you say, do you know her? No, that would mean you are a jungle child. You don't want to be a jungle child because everyone runs from a jungle child. So you go, do you know her? Okay. Now, the next question we have there, how would you ask that? Would you say, may I have your pen, please? No, you wouldn't do that. You say, may I have your pen, please? Can you say that? Okay, that's good. So keep practicing this way. The next one we have is, can I eat with you, please? Can you say that? Okay, that's good. And the last one we have there is, will you go to the bank tomorrow? Now, when you're asking this kind of question, don't make it sound like you're singing. You see, some children, when they learn this, they start saying, will you go to the bank tomorrow? Can I eat with you, please? And then they start sounding this way. No, that's not good. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you're only rising at the beginning and at the end of the sentences. Now, let's look at the incomplete sentences. Incomplete sentences are those sentences that are not complete, okay? We need to add some other words to them to make them complete. Now, let me show you some examples of incomplete sentences. Like when you say, as I was going to school, can you try to say that? Did you see that? When I say, as I was going to school, is that a complete sentence? No. It shows I was still trying to say something. I'm not done talking, isn't it? But when you say, as I was going to school, when you say it that way, everyone feels like you're done talking, isn't it? So intonation helps to show people your mood and the fact that you're still saying something. So you go, as I was going to school, can you try to say that? Beautiful. Some of you are getting this already. Now when you go, let's look at the next incomplete sentence we have there. We have, if I were you. Can you try that? Okay, so if I were you. The next one we have is, when I saw her last night. Can you say that? Okay, and also the next one we have there is, on my way to the market. Okay, that's very good. Now, you know what we're going to do? We're going to be reading sentences together. I'm going to have these incomplete sentences in them, and then it's actually going to be complete. So we're going to be reading the sentences together. I'll read first, then you try to repeat after me, okay? So can I hear you say, on my way to school, I saw the English teacher. Can you say that? Okay, you're getting it already. Now, can you try to read the next one? Okay, if you said John said, that is totally wrong because that's not an incomplete sentence. So you're supposed to say, John said, as I was walking down the street, I fell. Now, if that was what you said, then kudos to you. You're doing amazingly well. Now, the next one, can you try to read that on your own? Okay, if you said, when she got to school, she couldn't believe what she saw, then that's totally correct as well. Now, we shall be showing you some sentences. Please pay attention to the incomplete sentence and use the right tone for them. Okay, now I want you to read these 3 sentences on your own. I'll wait for you to quickly read through them. Now, listen to me as I try to read it. After they found the truth, they were amazed at what they saw. Despite all trials, she overcame and survived. By the time we got there, the party was over. If that was what you said, then give yourselves a round of applause. You're doing amazingly well. Now, I'm going to show you a dialogue between Mary and Sarah. Dialogue is a conversation between 2 people. I want you to pay attention to the incomplete sentences they used and how they used the rising tone while they were speaking amongst themselves, okay? So pay attention to this dialogue between Mary and Sarah. Are you ready? Okay, now pay attention.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello, Mary. How are you?
I'm okay. When I saw your gown, I thought it was a red one.
I'll get one. You are not alone, Mary. Whenever people see it as well, they say the same thing.
By the way, It must have cost you a lot.
Ha! It is a dime and a dozen. On my way to the bank yesterday, I saw it and I decided to get it.
I'll get one too.
Please do. As I was leaving the mall, I had some ladies pointing at other gowns like this, and I really want to get it too. So hurry up before it finishes.
Let me be on my way now.
I hope you enjoy that. Please ensure you list out some incomplete sentences which you heard in that dialogue, and be sure to use the right intonation when saying these incomplete sentences. Now, let's go to listing items, which is another instance where we get to use the rising tone. Whenever you want to list items, we're simply talking about mentioning things in a list, and it helps the listener focus on what it is we're mentioning. Let me show you some examples. My best colors are pink, brown, purple, and yellow. I didn't say my best colors are pink, brown, purple, and yellow. No, I said my best colors are pink, brown, purple, and yellow. I'd like to be a pastor, an engineer, a doctor, a politician, and a lecturer. Did you see that? Now I'm going to allow you read the next sentence you can see below the screen. Try to read it and see how good you'd be able to read listing items. Okay, if you read I love to read books, play video games, visit friends, and play at the beach, then you're totally correct. Now the next sentence we have there is my best friends are Felix, Christopher, Moses, Samson, Joseph, and Paul. Now I want you to play with this. You could pick up a book and a pen and write down some incomplete sentences you know and see how wonderful you sound. Okay? And I would want you to keep practicing with this until it becomes a part of you. Now let's quickly talk about the falling